Dear Virgo, have you ever paused in the middle of your daily rhythm and gently asked yourself, when was the last time someone took care of me the way I care for others? You see, I've been watching you from the quiet places, the early mornings when you tidy up before anyone else stirs, the late nights when your thoughts won't stop spinning until everything feels resolved. You pour so much of yourself into the world, into the small details no one else notices, into making life a little more beautiful, a little more functional, a little more peaceful. And yet, how often do you offer that same love, that same precision to your own heart? This letter is from one Virgo heart to another, or at least from someone who sees and understands the heart of a Virgo. I'm writing to whisper something into the parts of you that rarely speak up. You deserve to rest. You deserve to feel proud, not just for the things you accomplish, but for the person you are. You deserve softness, even if things are not yet perfect. You've always been the one who brings clarity where others feel confused. The one who notices when the light bulbs need changing, when the tone of a conversation shifts, when someone's body slumps in silent exhaustion. You know how to step in without taking over, how to help without demanding attention. But dear Virgo, there's something I want you to ask yourself honestly. When was the last time I let go? Truly let go without guilt, because sometimes in your quest to make everything better, you forget that you too need tending. You are ruled by Mercury, the planet of thought analysis and communication. This gives you a gift, the ability to translate the messiness of life into something orderly, something manageable, even something sacred. But it also means your mind rarely rests. It hums constantly, sorting, fixing, evaluating, and that constant inner motion can leave you feeling depleted even when everything around you looks in place. So here's what I want to tell you. You don't need to keep proving your worth through constant output. You don't need to have the cleanest home, the perfect plan, the smoothest path. Your value doesn't live in the check marks on a to-do list. It lives in your heart, in your care, in your intention. And Virgo, your intentions are pure gold. Let me remind you of something I know you've forgotten. In your busy striving, you are already whole. You're not waiting to become good enough, you already are. Sometimes I wonder if you've grown used to being overlooked because your magic is often so quiet. You're the person who refills the coffee pods at work, remembers your friend's favorite candle scent, checks the expiration date on the milk without being asked. You're the one who takes care of the cracks before anyone else sees them. But those things, those invisible acts, are not small. They are the glue that holds so much of life together. And yet I've seen how those very acts can lead you to feel invisible yourself. Have you ever whispered in your mind, if I just try a little harder, maybe they'll see how much I care? I know that feeling. The ache of giving and not being met, the sting of silence when you are hoping for recognition, the voice that says, maybe I'm only lovable when I'm useful. But here's the truth. You are not a machine. You are not a fixer, you are a soul, a deeply feeling, beautifully imperfect, constantly evolving soul. And your softness matters just as much as your strength. Let's take a moment together right now, just you and me, to breathe and reclaim something precious. Close your eyes for a moment. Place your hand over your heart and softly say, even if I don't finish everything today, I am still enough. Now let's build a few quiet rituals together. Gentle practices that don't require perfection, just presence. Each night before sleep, write down one moment that brought a smile, no matter how small. A sip of tea, a fresh sheet, a kind message. Over time, you'll start to notice how often joy lives in the background, waiting to be seen. Design a corner that's just for you, not for productivity, not for anyone else, just a space, a chair, a windowsill, a spot on the floor where you can sit and just be. Fill it with what soothes you: a candle, a crystal, a plant, a photo of your younger self. Every morning before the day begins, whisper something soft to your reflection. Something like, I honor how deeply I care, or my worth is not measured by what I do, or simply, today I allow myself to be at peace. Let your own voice become a source of calm, not criticism. And if you're ready, try a few things just for the sake of pleasure. Not because they're productive, not because they're perfect, but because your heart deserves beauty. Pick a flower on your morning walk and tuck it behind your ear. Cook something slowly without a recipe. Revisit a childhood movie and let yourself feel nostalgic. Rearrange your space not to impress anyone, but because it makes you feel lighter. You see, Virgo, joy doesn't need to be earned. It's already waiting for you. Inside the breath you take when you exhale, inside the way your shoulders drop when no one is watching, inside the feeling you get when someone says you don't have to do it all. I know it's hard to release control. You've learned that when you don't do it, it doesn't get done, that your high standards keep chaos at bay. That care is your way of showing love. But Virgo lets someone else hold the map for a moment. Let the world spin without you steering. Let go not forever, just long enough to rest in the truth that you are loved as you are. No fixing required, no badge of productivity, just you breathing, being existing, and that being enough. There is so much tenderness in you, so much devotion, and that deserves to be honored, not only when it serves others, but also when it simply exists in quiet, sacred stillness. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are not broken. You are unfolding just like the delicate petals of a late summer bloom, not all at once, but in your own perfect rhythm. And maybe, just maybe, that's what healing really looks like for you. Not rushing, not striving, but allowing. Allowing your heart to feel what it feels. Allowing your body to slow down. Allowing yourself to be loved even in moments of messiness. Virgo, if you're still reading this, I hope you know how deeply I admire you, not for the things you've fixed or finished, but for the quiet grace with which you move through life. There's a softness in you that the world needs, a light that flickers gently, never loud, never boastful, but steady. And I'll end this letter the way I began. You deserve to be cared for, just as thoughtfully as you care for the world. So please take this as your invitation to rest, to breathe, to smile at your reflection, not because it's flawless, but because it's you. And if you feel like sharing, leave a comment with one tiny thing that brought you joy today. Your words might light up someone else's path, just like you've always done, quietly, gently, beautifully, with love always. From one heart to yours,